this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make this bracelet right here. This bracelet is my own original design, at least I hope it is, and it is called the Fishtail ladder bracelet. And, well, this fishtail ladder bracelet is of course different from the regular ladder bracelet because this is made of fishtails instead of single chains. So here's just the regular old single chain ladder bracelet. And here, what I'm showing you is the fishtail ladder bracelet. Now, I have not seen a tutorial or any kind of picture of this bracelet anywhere, so I'm just guessing it's my design. But if it isn't, then just let me know in the comment section. But anyway, to make this bracelet, you're going to need any 6 pins on anything, and they need to all form kind of a rectangular shape, like here on this monster tail. So you could use a loom and just use 6 pins on it that are in 2 different rows. So I'll just show you with my super crazy loom. So you would need 6 pins in this rectangular shape like this, but you need to have spaces in the bottom of your loom where the bracelet can go down and grow, because this is a growing bracelet. So I would not be able to make this bracelet on this loom because there's this plastic here. I'm going to be using a monster tail in this tutorial. You're also going to need a hook, a clip, and you're also going to need rubber bands. Now, there are 3 different groups of rubber bands, as you can see here, and I'm going to go ahead and explain what each group is. So, over here, this A group, that's what this first group, this huge pile over here is. These A rubber bands are going to be the 2 fishtails on the outside of the bracelet, so they are this yellow mango color in the example. Then these B rubber bands here in the center are going to be the center fishtail, so the fishtail inside of the bracelet, blue in this example. And these C rubber bands, the smaller group over here off to the side, is going to be the actual rungs for the ladder. So these rubber bands stretching across the 2 outside fishtails. They are also this yellow or mango color. Now, I cannot tell you how many rubber bands you're going to need because this bracelet is a growing bracelet, so that means depending on how big your wrist is will determine how many rubber bands you'll need. So yeah, just get however many of each color or of each group you think you're going to need and we can get started. So get your supplies, use the pause button so that you can do so, and we will get started once you have everything. Alright, so to begin, you're going to need a B color rubber band, so the color you're going to be using for the center fishtail, and you're also going to want to have your hook nearby. So to start, you're just going to need a B color rubber band, and what you're going to do with this B color rubber band is you're going to twist it going across any 2 pins vertically on your monster tail. So if you have a loom, you want to have your loom so that the pins are pointing sideways. It's not like a regular loom like this, but sideways like this. So vertically for you would be going across these 2 pins or these 2 pins. And yeah. But anyway, you're going to take this B color rubber band, twist it going across any 2 pins vertically. So you get this kind of shape. Then you're going to want to get your hook, and you're going to want to extend this twisted shape across all 3 pins you will be using. So this top triangle, because that's what, okay, so this is the shape here, it's a triangle, you're going to extend it out, and then you'll do the same thing for the other one. You'll come down here and extend out the triangle. Now you should have a much larger cross 8 shape here. Now we're going to start actually placing rubber bands, and to start you're going to get 2 A color rubber bands. You're going to place one of them going vertically, going across these 2 left pins, so the top and the bottom left pin, and the other going from the top right pin to the bottom right pin. Then you're going to get a B color rubber band, and you're going to place it going across the center 2 pins. Now we're going to place our first rung rubber band. Now, you're going to get 2 of these, and these rung rubber bands are the C color rubber bands. And what you're going to be doing with these is a little different from what you would usually do when you make bracelets. So, make sure you have your hook nearby still. You're going to place one of these going across the top 3 pins, so these 3 pins here on the top row, and the other going across the bottom 3 pins. What you're going to do is you're going to get your hook. You could also use your fingers, but I just prefer using my hook. What you're going to do is so start here on this rubber band here on the top. You're going to grab the rubber band from the inside of the loom. So the outside of the loom would be the area out here, and the inside of the loom is kind of where all the rubber bands are. You're going to go to the inside of the loom, grab the rubber band here in front of this middle pin, and pull it back behind the middle pin. So I'll show you again. So right here, and then pull it up and release it behind the middle pin, so you get something like this. Now you're going to do the same thing here on the bottom. You're going to go on the inside of the loom. You're going to grab this rubber band here in front of the middle pin and pull it back outside of the to the outside of the loom behind this middle pin. Only the middle pin. So like that. Oh, there we go. And if you need to, just push the rubber band down, which you'll need to do that, so go ahead and push the rubber band down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get 2 more A color rubber bands. We're going to place one of them going across the 2 left pins, and the other going across these 2 right pins, top left, top right, and bottom right. Then you're going to get another B color rubber band and place it going across these 2 middle pins like before. And now we're going to start looming. Excuse me. Anyway, to start looming, first we need to loom the rung rubber bands here on the top and bottom pins. So you're going to get your hook and you're going to grab the bottom rubber band on the left here, and also here on the right. So pull the rung or the C color rubber band over the pins. And if you get something like this here, you need to pull this rubber band back behind the middle pin. Do not leave this right here. So if you have this, make sure you pull it back behind the middle pin like this. Then you're going to do the same thing here on these top pins. You're going to loom the rung rubber band. And if you get something like this, make sure you pull this back behind the middle pin. Now we're going to loom the bottom rubber band on all 6 pins. So over here, grab the bottom rubber band, and if the rubber band you loom is kind of going up on all 3 pins here on the bottom, don't worry, because this is the cap band, so you could just do this here. So just loom the bottom rubber band. And this bottom rubber band was your cap band, so remember that because you'll need to know what it is when you go to put your clip on. But anyway, once you have done that, you're now going to do the same thing again. You're going to get 2 A color rubber bands, and you're going to place one of them going across these 2 left pins and the other going across these 2 right pins. Then you're going to get a B color rubber band and place it going across these 2 middle pins. Now we're going to just go ahead and loom all of the bottom rubber bands like normal. So out here on the outsides, so left here and then also here on the right. But in the middle, I forgot. So here in the middle, what you're going to do is you're going to pull back this rung rubber band that's still sitting there. Grab the bottom rubber band and loom it. Then you'll do the same thing here on these top pins. You'll just loom the bottom rubber bands. And then here in the middle, you're going to, okay, I need to turn my loom around. need to pull back only the rung rubber band. Nothing else, only this C-color rubber band. Grab the bottom rubber band. Oop, and pull it over. Alright. Now we're going to do something a little different this time. Now we're going to place 2 rung rubber bands. And what we're going to do with them is you're going to place 2 C-color rubber bands. They're both rung, but still. You're going to place one of them going across the top 3 pins and the other going across the bottom 3 pins. Then you're going to go into the loom, so into the center, and then pull the rubber band back behind the middle pin. Make sure you do this for both rubber bands. Now we're going to place another layer of A and B color rubber bands. So you get 2 A color rubber bands. Place one of them going across these 2 left pins and the other going across these 2 right pins. Then you're going to place a B color rubber band going across these 2 middle pins. And well, once you've done that, it's now time to loom again. So just like we did before, we're going to loom this rung rubber band first. We're going to just grab it and pull it over. And when you do pull it over, make sure if you get something like this with this straight line, make sure you pull this rubber band back behind the middle pin. And make sure you loom the other rung rubber band or C-color rubber band. And if you get something like this, you need to pull this back behind the middle pin again. And now it is time to just loom all of the bottom rubber bands over all the other rubber bands above them. So on all 6 pins, you just grab the bottom rubber band and pull it over the pin. Now the middle pins is a little different. You need to make sure you pull back the rung rubber bands, or you can just simply pull them down like that, but it's easier just to pull back the rung rubber bands. Oh goodness. Grab the bottom rubber band, and this bottom rubber band needs to be a B color rubber band, not these 2 little rungs down here at the bottom. Make sure you loom a B color rubber band. So I'll show you on the other side. So here on the outside, so here on the left and right, you just loom the bottom rubber band. And here in the center, you need to pull back the rung rubber band, only the rung rubber band. Then grab the bottom rubber band, and this bottom rubber band needs to be a B color rubber band. And then just pull it over. Very simple. Alright, so once you have done that there, we are now going to do something a little different. So as you can see here, these rung rubber bands are probably starting to crowd the middle pins, because they're kind of just sitting there, we're not doing anything with them. But what we're going to do is we're going to get them off of there so we can have more room for rubber bands. Now to do this, we're going to grab these 2 B color rubber bands that are here on the middle pin, only on one side. So I'm going to start here. Just going to find these 2 B color rubber bands, just take them off of the pin very carefully, then move them over to another pin. So I'm just going to move mine over here to the left, like that. And then you're just going to go ahead and take all these rung rubber bands off. Very simple. Now we're going to move these B color rubber bands back to their original place, carefully. And then do the same thing for the other side. So you need to find these 2 B color rubber bands. Okay, carefully, with your hook, take them off and move them to another pin. And then take all these other rung rubber bands off the pin. Then you can put these B color rubber bands back. Alright, now we can go back to the pattern. So I just showed you the pattern for making this bracelet once, and I'm going to show you how to continue making this bracelet one more time, and then I'm going to leave you to finish your bracelet on your own. So you might want to pay very close attention because this bracelet is a little complicated. So anyway, so first we're going to place just regular rubber bands going across the pins. So we get 2 A color rubber bands to start. We place them going across the outer pins, so the 2 left pins and the 2 right pins. Then we get a B color rubber band, and we place it going across these 2 middle pins, the top and the bottom. Then we just loom everything like normal. Just grab the bottom rubber band, pull it over the pin, grab the bottom rubber band, pull it over the pin, grab the bottom, pull it over, and make sure you do this on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my loom around. Alright, once you have placed and loomed, now we're going to do something a little different. Instead of just placing A and B color rubber bands, we're going to get 2 C color rubber bands or rung rubber bands. And we're going to place one of them going across the top 3 pins, so the top left, middle, and right. And the same for the other, only on the bottom pins, so the bottom, left, middle, and right pin. Now what we're going to do is with our hook, or even with your fingers, you're going to go into the loom, so in the center of the loom, and grab the rubber band here in front of this middle pin and pull it back behind the middle pin, like that. And do this for both of the rubber bands. So here in the center, go out, there you go. Now we're going to go ahead and place, sorry about that. Now we're going to go ahead and place the regular A and B rubber bands. So you get 2 A color rubber bands to start. One of them goes across the 2 middle, or the 2 left pins, and the other goes across the 2 right pins. Then you get a B color rubber band and you place it going across these 2 middle pins. Now it is time to loom again. Now before we loom anything else, we need to loom this C color rubber band or rung rubber band. And you just go in and just pull it over. And if you get something like this, you need to pull this rubber band back behind the middle pin. Then make sure you loom the other rung rubber band. If you get something like this, pull this back behind the middle pin. Now we're going to loom everything else like normal again. So here on the left pin, just grab the bottom rubber band. Grab the bottom. Goodness. Okay, come on now. There we go. Bottom rubber band. Oh my. Okay, there we go. And then here on the right, the same. But here in the middle, make sure you pull back the rung rubber band. Only the rung rubber band or C color rubber band. Grab the bottom B color rubber band here on the middle and pull it over. You'll do the same on the other side. You'll grab the bottom rubber bands over here, just loom them like normal. But here in the center, you just pull back the rung rubber band, only this one. Grab the bottom rubber band now and pull it over. Right. Now we're going to place just regular rubber bands. So we're not going to add any rungs or anything. We're just going to go ahead and get 2 A color rubber bands to start. They go across the 2 left pins and the other across the 2 right pins. Then we get a B color rubber band and place it going across these 2 middle pins. And now we loom. So here on the left, grab the bottom, pull it over. On the right, grab the grab the bottom, pull it over. But here in the middle, we pull back the rung rubber band, grab the bottom rubber band, and pull it over. Excuse me. Then you do the same on the other side. Grab the bottom, pull it over. Grab the bottom, pull it over. And then here in the middle, you'll pull back the rung rubber band, grab the bottom rubber band, and pull it over. Alright. Now, this time, because we just placed just regular rubber bands, now we're going to place 2 more C color rubber bands or rung rubber bands. and they go across the top pins and the other across the bottom pins. When you place them, make sure that they are tucked behind the middle pin, so go inside of the loom to the center of the loom, go in front of the middle pin and pull this rubber band here behind the middle pin, and do this for both rubber bands. Right, now we're going to place our regular rubber bands that we need to, so we get 2 A color rubber bands to start. They go across the 2 left pins and the 2 right pins here. Then we get a B color rubber band, place it going across these 2 middle pins, and, well, now it is time to loom. Now looming this is a little different from just looming the rubber bands when we just place them. We have added a rung rubber band, so we need to loom it, and to do that you just grab the rung rubber band, pull it over the pins, and if you get something like this, you'll need to pull this rubber band back behind the middle pin. You'll do the same for the other side. Grab the rung rubber band, pull it over the pins. If you get something like this, you'll need to bring this back behind the middle pin, and now we can just go ahead and loom everything. So here on the left, we grab the bottom rubber band, pull it over. Here on the right, the same thing. Then here in the center, we need to pull back all of the rung rubber bands. Grab the bottom rubber band now, and pull it over the pin. Then you'll do the same thing here on the other side. You'll grab the bottom rubber bands here on the left and right pins. Then here in the center, you'll pull back the rung rubber bands, grab the bottom rubber band now, and pull it over the pin. And that's in the middle. Alright. Now there are these rung rubber bands kind of in the way of your bracelet making, so we need to remove them from the middle pins. And well, to do that, you're going to grab all of the B color rubber bands, so find all of your B color rubber bands and get them all together. You're going to take them carefully off of the middle pin they are on. Okay, and you're going to move them over to another pin on your loom. Then, you're going to just go ahead and take all of these rung rubber bands off of that middle pin, and then you can move these rubber bands back to where they were. Now we're going to do the same on the other side. We're going to get all of our B color rubber bands together. I'm going to go ahead and grab them and move them over to another pin on our loom. Then we're going to take all of these rung rubber bands just sitting here on the middle pin off and move these rubber bands that were moved back to the middle pin very carefully. And there you go. That is how you continue, or that is how you make this bracelet. So as you can see here, my bracelet is kind of starting to form now, and your bracelet should be forming as well. And what you're going to do now is continue this pattern of placing and looming and removing and moving and all that crazy stuff over and over until you make your bracelet long enough to fit around your wrist, or as long as you wish to make it. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. I'm not going to fast forward myself finishing this bracelet. You're going to continue making this, of course, as well, but you're going to use the pause button. And if you are still not sure of how to continue making this bracelet, you'll need to go back about 20 minutes in the video. That's what it says on my camera. Back in the video to where I do explain how to make this bracelet, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish making my bracelet. You're going to as well. Alright, so as you can see here, I have made my bracelet long enough so it will now fit around my wrist. And you should have made yours about this long as well. And not actually as long as my bracelet, but long enough to fit around your wrist. And well, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our bracelet off of our monster tail, or off of the 6 pins we've used, and attach the clip and make this a bracelet. So to do that, you're going to need 2 A color rubber bands, 1 B color rubber band, and another rubber band. And I would recommend this rubber band be the same color as your cap band. Now, if you're wondering about the colors of my bracelet, I just decided that the color combination I was using was kind of ugly, so I decided to change it, and yeah, everything's still going to be the same, but I just have different colors now. So anyway, you're going to need 2 A color rubber bands first, and we're going to be placing just a regular fishtail on our loom. So we're just going to ignore everything we have on our loom, and we're just going to place these rubber bands like a regular fishtail. So get 2 A color rubber bands. One's going across these 2 left pins, and the other is going across these 2 right pins. Then you're going to get your B color rubber band and place it going across these 2 middle pins. And now we're going to get our hook and loom everything. So here on the left, we're going to grab the bottom rubber band and pull it over. Here in the middle, we're going to pull back any rung rubber bands that are on the pins, and if you do not have any rung rubber bands, then you won't need to pull anything back, but you need to grab the bottom rubber band and pull it over the pin. Then you'll need to do the same thing here on the right, and then the same thing you did here on these pins on the other side of your loom. So here we loomed all the bottom rubber bands. Now we need to do the same thing over here. Alright. Now what we're going to do is a little different from usual. If you have any rung rubber bands here on the middle pins, just leave them. But what we're going to do is we're going to loom the bottom rubber band again. We're not going to place anything, we're just going to loom. So here on the left, we just grab the bottom rubber band and pull it over. Here in the middle, pull back any rung rubber bands that might be in the way. Grab the bottom rubber band, pull it over. Same here on the right. Then do the same thing on the other side of your loom. Have the bottom rubber band and pull it over. The bottom, pull it over, and same here. Alright, now we're going to do what we need to do to place this last rubber band here. And also, you're going to need a clip. So you're going to need to have your clip nearby. So 1 more rubber band and a clip. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to move all of the rubber bands here on our loom to 2 pins on our loom. So all of these rubber bands here on the top pins are going to be on 1 top pin, and all of these rubber bands here on the bottom pins are going to be on 1 bottom pin. And in this tutorial, I'm going to be moving all of my rubber bands to these 2 left pins. So to move everything over, we're going to start here in the middle. So you're either going to move your rubber bands over here to the left or to the right. I'm going to move mine over to the left. So we're going to start here in the middle, no matter what side you're going to do it. And you're going to grab the rubber band that's sitting here. You're not going to grab the rungs. If you have rung rubber bands, just leave them. You're just going to go ahead, grab the rubber band here on this middle pin and bring it outwards, either to the left or the right. Then we're going to do the same thing for this rubber band here on the right or the left, depending on what side. So over here, for me it is the right. You're just going to grab the rubber band and bring it over to whatever pin that you're going to be using. I'm going to be using the left, so I'm bringing the right rubber band over here to the left. So you should have something like this, or just backwards if you're going over to the right. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing for these top pins. So you might want to turn your loom around. What you're going to do is you're going to start here in the middle again. Grab the rubber band that's sitting there. Do not grab these rung rubber bands, just this one. And move it over to either the left or the right. If you brought your rubber bands over to the left the first time, now you're bringing your rubber bands over to the right. And if you brought them the rubber bands over to the right the first time, you're going to bring them over to the left now. So yeah, just move everything over. So here in the middle, over to the right for me, and then the left over to the right for me this time. And now we should have something like this on your loom. Or backwards, like this, if you did it the other way. Alright, so now what we're going to do is, if you have any rung rubber bands here on these middle pins, go ahead and just pull them off. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get this last rubber band, place it going across these two pins that all of your other rubber bands are on. So there should only be 2 pins on your loom with all of the rubber bands on them. You're going to place this last rubber band going across these 2 pins. Now you're going to loom all of the bottom rubber bands over the pin. So you can take 1 layer at a time, or 2, or just grab all of them. But make sure you do this on both pins, so just loom everything on the bottom. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move all of the rubber bands that are remaining, which there should only be 1, all onto 1 pin. And to do this, you're just going to get your hook, grab one side of this rubber band, bring it over to the other, and now there should only be 1 pin on your loom with rubber bands on it. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to get our clip and attach it to this rubber band. Now, if you would like this to be, if you're having a little trouble putting your clip on, you can stretch this rubber band outwards to another pin. So you just go into the pin with your hook and then pull the rubber band outwards to another pin. And be very careful when you do that, because you do not want the rubber band to come off of the pin it was on originally, because then you might lose your bracelet. But anyway, if you want to stretch the rubber band out, you can, and then you just need to put your clip on. And once your clip is on, you can take this rubber band off of the pins and off of your loom, and then you can just put your loom off to the side for a moment. Your clip should be attached to one end of your bracelet now, and now we need to attach it to the cap band on the other end. So this little circle rubber band here. And put this the clip on the cap band. You just stretch the cap band out across any 2 pins like this. Then get your clip and attach it to your cap band as well. Goodness, everything is moving around. There we go. Right, and once you have your clip on your cap band, you can take your cap band off of your loom, and your clip should now be attached to both ends of your bracelet. And once this is true for you, you can go ahead and put your bracelet on, and bam! So as you can see here, I am now wearing my fishtail ladder bracelet, and just the regular original ladder bracelet. But this is about the fishtail ladder bracelet. And I'm going to go ahead and just take it off, but yeah. So I guess now it's time for the outro. So I would like to thank you for watching my tutorial. Hopefully it showed you how to make the fishtail ladder bracelet successfully. And one thing I do actually like about this bracelet is that I like how it feels. And I also like how in the center, the fishtail in the middle kind of turns a little bit, and it looks like you have a different bracelet in the middle, but you actually just have a fishtail in there. And yeah, the only thing I don't like about this bracelet is that it's a little difficult to come up with a color combination for it. But you also might want to adjust the rungs here on the end, which I need to do that. And all you gotta do is just pull the rubber band, and if you have this, but I think I might end up cutting those off. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say for this video, other than I hope you were able to make this bracelet successfully, and hopefully you are enjoying your fishtail ladder bracelet. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and bye!